Hello everyone. Today I'm doing a layout of my son. These pictures are from um, we walked to the playground that's close by and we let our son play on the playground. I'm using the Doodlebug collection. No, I'm sorry, the Jelly Bean Soup collection, Too Cool for School. I cut out the little journaling cards from one of the papers and I decided to do a grid layout with those cards. I really liked that Stay Wild, My Child, and so there's this boy who stole my heart. He calls me Mom card, so I wanted to focus the layout around that. And you can see I just inked all the edges with my Tim Holtz oxide inks. And then I wanted some of the pictures to be like offset from the cards, especially that one that has the little definition for boy. So I made sure that was like offset using the picture. And right now I'm just kind of gluing everything down and figuring out exactly where I want that picture at. I didn't want the pictures to just be lined up straight. It's a grid layout, but I still want it to have some of that volume, I guess. And I'm just gluing everything down. This layout came together pretty quickly. And it's just on a plain white cardstock background. I originally had something a lot more complex than this layout planned out, but it just didn't go that way. I had a lot more patterned papers that I was going to use, but in the end, I just really want to use these little cards, these little cut apart cards. So I have all that glued down, and I'm pulling some papers. That's also from the Jelly Bean Soup Too Cool for School collection, the gray gears, and I'm gonna use that as my top and bottom border. I really like the way that looks. Um, and then I'm just inking the edges with that same oxide ink that I used before. It's just a regular black oxide ink. I'm not entirely sure what the actual name of it is, but it's the black one. And I'm just gluing down those border strips. And then these are from Pink Paisley collection. I can't remember the name of the collection, but it's the little baby collection that's for boys. And I wanted to use the scallop strip, but it wasn't long enough to go across the entire 12 by 12 layout. I don't know why they make their stickers that way. So I just decided to cut it apart and then just use half on the left side and then on the bottom on the right side. That way it kind of makes those borders symmetrical and I still am able to use that nice little scallop. And then here I'm just looking through embellishments and pulling out some of my boy embellishments that I have. I honestly don't have that many. I have a lot more girl stuff than I do boy stuff for some reason. And then I think I decide at this point, okay, I'm playing around with these little gears. There were these little cut apart gears that came in the Too Cool for School collection, and I really wanted to use them on the layout, but they just weren't working for me. I wanted to use them because there was like this little area on the playground that my son loved, and it had like gears and like things that you could spin, and he really liked that, but I just could not get those gears to work. But I do come up with an alternative solution, and you'll see that towards the end of the video, what I come up with. And right here, I'm just kind of adding these stickers. I originally thought that I wanted to add text to all of the pictures, but I think I ended up changing my mind. Um, in fact, I think I ended up taking off that little man of mischief and maybe the other one too. I don't think they make it onto the final layout. I definitely wanted to use this gray pin, flat back pin that is from one of the Not Just for Boys Kit Club collections. And I was trying to make that little clip work, but it wasn't working. The green was not the same green as that's on the layout. It was more like a dark like grassy green, I guess, instead of this yellowish green. And then I pull out these hexagons, and I actually kind of liked the way they looked, but I didn't have enough to make it work on the layout, and I decided I'll do something else with the hexagons on another layout. And then I found the star on the sticker sheet from the collection, and I really liked how that looked. And then this is just me just trying different embellishments. I tried dinosaurs, I tried cars, and I just could not make it work. I really struggled with the embellishment part of this layout. I think it was at this point where I was just trying to decide what to do. And I'm pretty sure that eventually my camera cuts off. And you can see that the embellishments kind of moved around a little bit. I added this little Doodlebug's sun, and I actually liked the way that looked, and I'm not sure why I didn't keep it. I guess I felt like it was just too big or didn't go with the layout well enough. So I do end up removing that. But I had this little embellishment that I had a chipboard circle that says capture this or captured and document it. And I stuck that onto another embellishment that just had like a floral design in the middle. And I just kind of layered those to make my own embellishment um, on the left there. And then I'm playing around with these stars and the little button and enamel dots and just adding circular clusters to make a visual triangle on the page. And I wanted to work stars into each one. I think that's why I ended up not going with the sun because I was like, I have stars on the layout, so it's going to be kind of weird if I have a sun and stars. If it was a moon, maybe it would work out a little more. I don't know. That was just my weird thinking. I was probably overthinking it. And I was still trying to make it work, but it just was not working. And there I'm like finally like, oh, the sun's just gonna go away because it's not working. And I'm just finding other embellishments that'll work. It took me a couple of tries to find something that I liked. A lot of moving around. And I wanted that star to cover up that the little ending to the border strip so it would look a little more like a part of the layout. So I just moved that whole cluster up a bit. And I finally have the clusters kind of going how I want them to go. And I'm adding these tiny little stars and enamel dots just for extra interest. And I was going to add that frame, but I actually ended up not adding it because I just liked the offset of that picture. And then here I want to add some of that dark blue to the borders. And I tried this polka dot paper that I had, and it was just a bit too thick. I wasn't liking how that looked. I liked the polka dots, but I didn't like the thickness of it. I could have cut it a lot skinnier, but then I remembered I have this really skinny polka dot washi tape, and that was actually perfect. I am not much of a washi tape person, but lately I've been using it a lot on my layouts, and it just is so easy. I really like it. And it's just that particular washi tape is just the perfect skinniness for this layout. And that's pretty much my completed layout. I'm just showing you some close-ups, and then um, I'm also gonna show some pictures at the end of the. There we go. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.